Okay, the topic is congestion control algorithms, and in congestion control algorithms, we have the two different types of algorithms. The first is leaky bucket, and the second one is token bucket. So let's start with the first one. It is a leaky bucket algorithm. Let us consider an example to understand. First, we discuss the leaky bucket with an example. Imagine a bucket with a small hole in the bottom. No matter at what rate the water enters the bucket, the outflow is at the constant rate. When the bucket is full with water, additional water entering spills over the side and is lost. So what will be happened over there? Suppose we have a bucket. The water is entering into the bucket from the tap. We make a simple hole at the bottom of the bucket at here. Look at your screens. We make a hole at that side. Now it is a inflow. Inflow means from where the flow is coming into the bucket. Inflow may be bursty. What is the meaning of bursty? Either the speed of the water is less, at some cases the speed of the water is high, that is entering into the water because the water is coming from the tap. No constant rate is there. But what is at the output? This is the output or the outflow. The constant outflow is there. Why the constant outflow? Because we make a hole, and the water that comes out from the hole, that comes into a same manner. That's why it is called the constant overflow. And whenever the bucket is full and the additional water that is coming from the tap that entering spills over the sides and is lost, that is spills over from its sides at the top, and the lost means they goes outside the bucket and doesn't remains the part of that bucket. So now we have to compare this example with our computer networks example. So similarly, each network interface contains a leaky bucket, and the following steps are involved in a leaky bucket algorithm. When host wants to send packets, packet is thrown into the bucket. Suppose I am a sender, you are a receiver. A bucket is there. Whenever I want to send the data towards you, I send the data packets into the bucket. The bucket leaks at a constant rate. This particular bucket, they have a hole at the bottom and it leaks. So what it means, the constant rate of the packets, they are going outside from that hole towards your side. So what it means, meaning the network interface transmits packets at a constant rate. For example, suppose at the bottom of that bucket, a single packet is removed from that hole on every second. 1 second crosses, one packet is removed from that particular hole. After 10 seconds, 10 packets are removed from that particular hole. That's why the rate is constant at that bottom side. The bursty traffic is converted to a uniform traffic by the leaky bucket. Now, how the bursty traffic converted to the uniform traffic rate with the help of this leaky bucket? The bursty flow is at my side. Suppose at first 10 second, I send the 5 packets towards you. Next 10 second, I send a 15 packets towards you. So what will happen? After 20 seconds, I send a 20 packets towards you. It is a bursty flow. Five packets in first 10 seconds, 15 packets in next 10 seconds. But what will be happen at the bottom of this bucket? The constant rate is there. So what will be happened after 1 second, one packet is removed and received by you. That's why a bursty traffic that is from my side, that is automatically converted to a uniform traffic that is at your side. Suppose we have a bucket in which we are pouring water in a random order, but we have to get water in a fixed rate. For this, we will make a hole at the bottom of the bucket. It will ensure that the water coming out in some fixed rate, and also if the bucket with full, we will stop pouring in it. So what will be happen whenever water is entering into the bucket, but the water, the releasing time is same because we make a hole at the bottom of that bucket. So what it means, the bursty flow at the sender side, but the constant flow at the receiver side. So automatically the receiver doesn't make a congested. Why? Because it receives the packet on a constant rate. If the packets are more, all the packets are not received at the same time to the receiver. But what will be happen instead of this? Only a packets are received in a particular manner, or you can say in a constant manner. Whenever a constant manner you all receives a packet, no congestion will be occur at your side. So the input rate can vary, but the output rate remains constant. Similarly, in networking, a technical technique called a leaky bucket can smooth out a bursty traffic. Bursty chunks are stored in the bucket and sent out an average rate. So this will be happen in the case of networking also. Now we have a diagrammatically a description of this method. Now look at this is a leaky bucket, this is a tab. Bursty flow, why the bursty flow? Because whenever the speed of the tab is slow, at the very next second that speed of the tab is fast, then slow, slow, fast, medium, slow, fast. That's why it is called a bursty flow. But what will be held at the bottom side, at the receiver side? Fixed rate. Why the fixed flow? Because the water is coming out from that particular hole and the speed of that water remains the same. Now compare it with your technical technique. Now look at this second diagram, the bursty data. What will be happen? This is the time. Now 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12 Mbps data is sent from first 2 seconds, from 0 to first 2 seconds, from 0 to second. And after from second towards to 7 second, it remains the free. No data is sent. But what will be happen at the 7th second? 2 Mbps data can be traveled at the 10th second also. So what will be happen? The bursty flow is there. First 2 seconds, it sends a 12 Mbps. The rate of the data is 12 Mbps. For next 5 seconds, no data is sent. And next 3 seconds, at the data is sent at the rate of 2 Mbps. This is called a bursty flow. And how this can be fixed in the receiver side, they make the 3 Mbps data per second. So what will be happened? The data that is received at the receiver side on a constant rate, and the constant rate is 3 Mbps. So what is the maximum amount of data that is received at the receiver side? 30 Mbps. If you now calculate the data at the sender side, first 2 seconds the data is sent at a 12 Mbps. So 2 seconds, 12 Mbps, 12 multiplied by 2, 24 Mbps data can be sent first 2 seconds. 5 seconds, it remains the free. Then next 3 seconds, 2 Mbps, 3 into 2, 6, 24 plus 6, 30. Total data that can be sent at the sender side in first 10 seconds is 30 packets of that data. And at the receiver side, also we can receive the 30 packets of the data. But the difference is, at the sender side, the flow is bursty, but at the receiver side, the flow is fixed. So this is the leaky bucket. Clear? This is the method of leaky bucket algorithm, which used to control the congestion in the network. The second is token bucket algorithm. The leaky bucket algorithm enforces output pattern at the average rate, no matter how the bursty the traffic is. So in order to deal with the bursty traffic, we need a flexible algorithm so that the data is not lost. One such algorithm is token bucket algorithm. Now we are okay with the leaky bucket algorithm, but one problem is there, that the data that comes in the bursty flow, that we compare it with the example that in the water that comes into the bucket, but whenever a bucket is full, all the water spill out from that bucket. And if the water is spills out, same, the packets are spill out in the case of networks, and the packets that are splits out, that are lost. So we have a loss of packets out there. Now we come up with the next algorithm in which we are going to save these packets. We make a flexible algorithm that minimize the loss of packets out there. So this we come up with the new algorithm, and the name of this algorithm is token bucket algorithm. So what will happen in this? Steps of these algorithms can be described as follows. What are the different steps? First, in regular intervals, tokens are thrown into the bucket. Now, as the name implies, token bucket algorithm, what will be happen? We can generate the number of tokens in a bucket. In a regular intervals, the token are thrown into the bucket. The bucket has a maximum capacity. We can give the maximum capacity to the bucket. For example, we give the capacity to the 100 tokens to a bucket. If there is a ready packet, a token is removed from the bucket and the packet is sent. So what will happen in the third step? Suppose we set the capacity of the bucket is 100 tokens. So what will be happen whenever a sender who sends the packet into the bucket, every packet require a single token to remove from the bucket. So what it means, the number of packets that can be transmitted from that packet directly depends upon the number of tokens. In the fourth step, if there is no token in the bucket, the packet cannot be sent. Suppose if there is no packet in the bucket, then the no packet is traveled from towards to the receiver side, but the bucket can hold the packets. There is no loss of data. Clear? So let's understand with an example. In the figure, we see a bucket holding the 3 tokens with 5 packets waiting to be transmitted. For a packet to be transmitted, it must capture and destroy 1 packet. In the next figure, I will show you the figure in the next slide. Look at this figure. Suppose this is a host computer and the network. 1 token is added to the bucket at every delta t is a time interval. Suppose we give a 1 second. After 1 second, 1 token is generated and that token is can be held by this bucket. The bucket holds to the can. Now 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 packets can be sent towards to the bucket. But what will be happen? Bucket contains only the 3 tokens. Now look at that second diagram, diagram number B. If it holds the 3 token, it only sends the 3 packets. These 3 packets can goes towards to the receiver side, and 1 packet remains, and one again comes to the into the bucket. But now it has to wait that the new tokens are generated, and whenever these tokens are generated into the bucket, at that moment this bucket is sent these number of packets towards to the receiver side. So this is all about the token bucket.